Section 3, Advanced Nmap Scanning. Alright, so now that we've got our feet wet with some of the inner workings of Nmap, it's time to dig a little bit deeper, build upon the knowledge we have to do some advanced Nmap scanning. So in this section, we're going to explore the advanced scanning features of Nmap to increase the speed and effectiveness of Nmap scans. We'll do this by exploring some additional host discovery options. We'll look at using some different TCP packets to perform advanced scanning. We'll explore optimization and timing techniques, customize how Nmap outputs our information, and we'll start to invoke the Nmap scripting engine to emulate attacks. Although we've looked at some host discovery techniques here in our test lab, to fully understand and realize the power of Nmap, we should discuss a few additional host discovery options that would probably work really well in your production environments. These options can aid you when scanning all types of hosts on your local or remote networks. In addition, some of the host discovery options we've seen already, depending on the scale of our internal network and our test parameters, we're always going to try to make Nmap more efficient and make Nmap scans faster. So let's navigate back to our Kali Nmap VM and run some more scans from the command line. A technique that could be quite useful as well as speed up the time Nmap takes to perform host discovery is to look at some DNS options. The first is the scan list option, which is specified by -S capital L. Using this option, we can list the DNS name for a target host or hosts on a network. With this type of scan, though, it doesn't send packets, rather only resolves their names. This could ensure that you've got correct names for your targets. Now, to illustrate this usage, let's say I work for Google, and I know the IP address of one of the servers is 172.217.10.132. Using the scan list option, as shown here, I can use it to simply resolve the host name. This could also reveal names of hosts that have an intended purpose if I've got a list of hosts or networks I'm passing to Nmap. As most networks use some type of DNS, Nmap tries to resolve DNS names of active hosts by default. However, we can completely remove DNS resolutions with the -N option. This has a result of speeding up Nmap considerably. Now to illustrate, let's simply pick 10 hosts at random and see if they're up. We can do this with the -I capital R option. This is a simple ping sweep specifying 10 random hosts to scan. Here you can see that the scan takes 18.02 seconds. Now let's eliminate DNS resolution by specifying the -N option. Here you can see that the scan took 2.1 seconds, speeding it up considerably. To speed up Nmap scanning with DNS resolution, you can also specify your own DNS servers to resolve names by using the --DNS servers options. By default, Nmap uses your resolve.conf, but you can specify which servers to query. This also has the added benefit of making your queries more stealthy if required. In addition to speed, we also want to increase the effectiveness of host discovery, because if Nmap can get useful data back from probes, the more of that data we can use in our investigations. Now we can do this by combining multiple host probes to create an ideal host discovery strategy. Now usually when performing host discovery on local networks, Nmap is fairly efficient because it uses ARP. We saw this in the previous section when we saw how Nmap performed host discovery by default. However, we also saw that Nmap combined probes by using ICMP, TCP, and UDP protocols. Now, the reason that Nmap combines these probes by default is that they typically offer a good combination of speed, detection, and comprehensiveness. However, there's going to be instances when we need to probe a little bit further to get information back and design that ideal combination of probes. Now, to begin, Nmap can send different ICMP packets via the ping program. Now, usually these are blocked by firewalls. However, for internal testing, they can be pretty practical and efficient. Nmap supports 3 ping types. They're the echo reply. This is ICMP type 8, and Nmap uses this by default. But it can be specified using the -PE option, as well as it uses the timestamp and address mask options, -PP, -PM, respectively. These are going to be ICMP types 13, 15, 17. Now, although the purpose of these packets are to learn about address masks and timings, they can also be used for host discovery when admins specifically block echo packets and they forget that other queries can be used. If all ICMP probes are blocked, maybe you want to try using the superior TCP protocol. This is going to be a good option because servers must respond to public services it provides with a TCP send packet. Now we do this by using the -PS option as we've seen previously, and with the -PA option, this is TCP ACK packets, they're pretty good for bypassing stateful firewalls. I recommend using a combination of the two while probing ports for common services such as HTTP and HTTPS. Also keep in mind that you should try to craft a host discovery strategy based on your platform diversity. For instance, if you're scanning for Windows and Linux, maybe a probe sent to an SMB port or an SSH port is appropriate. Maybe not. However, knowing your network beforehand, i.e. during the planning stage, is paramount and offers an advantage while performing internal testing. Another strategy you may enlist is attempting to scan ports above 1024. This can catch poorly configured firewalls sent to deny only on privileged ports. Another protocol you may try is UDP. However, when thinking about UDP, it's important to note that in most instances, probe requests to open UDP ports will go unanswered, resulting in multiple probes being sent to each port and the speed of Nmap declining. In these situations, try using at least probes to port 53 and an arbitrarily high port. One last option you can implement is adding a source port for scanning. This option is great for ping scanning when administrators make a rule set exception to port 53 and port 20. To illustrate this type of scan, let's combine these ICMP probes and point it at our Windows host, which is running a firewall, which is blocking ICMP type 8 messages. First, let's confirm our firewall by attempting to ping our host of 192.168.0.131, and we'll use the -C option to send 3 ping packets. As you can see, it's not responding. So let's try host discovery using only ICMP echo requests by specifying the -PE option. In addition, we're going to have to specify the send IP option, which is the same as disabling ARP pings, and we'll use --reason so that we can see what type of messages Nmap received in response to its probe. And lastly, we'll use the --packet trace option to look at the packets as they're traversing the network. Here, Nmap outputs that the host is down, but also offers other effective methods of host discovery such as a port scan. However, we are testing firewalls, so let's add the -PM and -PP options to scan with other types of ICMP probes. Now you can see that Nmap reports that a timestamp reply has been received and that the host is up. To combine TCP and UDP probes along with ICMP, we simply use some of the options we've seen previously. So in this scan, let's perform a simple ping sweep with -SN. We'll disable DNS with -N, and we'll add our ICMP probes with -PE and -PP. Next, we'll add our SYN scan by using the -PS option. And here, let's specify ports 80, 443, and 3389. Next, we'll add the -PA option on port 21 to attempt a stateful firewall bypass using ACK packets. And for optimal effectiveness, we can also use a high random UDP port of 40125 using the -PU option, as well as being sure that the probe is initiated from our source port of 53. Then we can use our target of scanme.nmap.org and look at the reason as well as a packet trace. As you can see, the host responded as up from our TCP ACK probe on port 21 in 0.06 seconds. Now this is great for scanning for one host, but how do we combine multiple hosts? Well, this is up to you, but for example, if I knew I was going to look for firewalls on my network that were misconfigured to accept ICMP timestamp packets, I might combine the -PE option with this type of scan to return misconfigured hosts, as well as combine the ACK packet probes to properly respond to configured hosts that are reported as up. Now, we can do this by specifying a file, that is hosts, with the -il command, and by adding the --send IP option to disable ARP. Here, you can see that based off the hosts in our file, that 3 of them reported as up, which is what we have in our file, and we could look back to see the exact reason in our output.